Okay, so when we hear our dogs whine, we think they're crying, right? But can dogs actually cry? Let's bark about it. Welcome back to Alpha Paw, your destination for everything dog. I'm Bernie Zilio, and I'm on a mission to answer every doggone question you have ever had about your fur babies. And today, we are talking about whether or not our dogs cry. I know, it's a really sad subject, but we need to understand the full range of our pets' emotions to be the best parents we can be. So as we've talked about before, our pups can feel a lot of feelings, including sadness. It's actually believed that a dog has the emotional intelligence of a 3-year-old human child. So if you've ever been on a plane with a toddler, you know being unhappy and crying fits within those parameters. Dogs also have tears, but here's where it gets interesting. Our pups' sad feels and their tears aren't necessarily related. The problem is, we humans love to humanize our pets, especially me. I just did it a minute ago by equating dogs to children. I mean, my dog Pod is my child, but that's besides the point. We have a tendency to assume dogs experience the world and emotions and a whole host of other things the exact same way we do. But that's not always the case. Like I mentioned, dogs do feel sadness and have different ways of showing it. Sometimes you can see it in their eyes. Those freaking puppy eyes that could get away with murder. Or when their ears go back after you give them a stern talking to about stealing your socks. Or if they're not feeling too hot. But crying, like us humans do when we're feeling down in the dumps, is actually not one of the ways dogs express their sadness. Now, if you're watching this and you're yelling at your computer screen, "No, I've definitely seen Fluffy tear up. You don't know my dog." You are correct. I don't know your dog, but I want to. In fact, I want to know all dogs. Everywhere. That's why I'm the host of this show. I am dog obsessed. In fact, I am so dog obsessed that I've done all the research around this topic and have learned that while our dogs do tear up, it's not necessarily a response to feeling sad. Actually, fun fact, it's believed that humans are the only animals that cry tears that are associated with emotions. Crazy. In most animals, including humans, tears are actually a functional tool of the body to keep eyes clean, protected, and lubricated. Where humans and dogs differ though, aside from the whole not crying every time the Titanic is on the TV thing, is that dogs' tear ducts actually funnel the tears back into their bodies rather than rolling down their faces and subsequently ruining their mascara. So if you actually see Fluffy tearing up and tears are streaming down her face, that's actually a sign that something may be wrong with her eyes and you should definitely consult your vet. Okay, so now that we've established that dogs don't cry when they're sad, how do we know if our puppers are actually feeling unhappy? Dogs communicate their sadness in a plethora of other ways. One of the most common ways our pups do this is by whining or whimpering, what we pet parents often call crying. This habit is actually a vestige from when they were puppies, and they learned that making that high-pitched noise could actually get their mother's attention. And guess what? We've also been trained by our smart little fur babies, because as soon as Pod makes that whimpering noise, I'm by his side giving him all of the love and TLC. I've actually teared up after hearing him whine or whimper before because my heart literally shatters at the thought of him ever being sad or in pain. I told you, like, I'm obsessed. Another way our dogs express feeling blue is by shaking or trembling. This happens most often if they've been reprimanded or are feeling scared of something. They may even hide and try to find a safe space. But sometimes, as the paw parent, that safe space is you, and they might just seek out extra attention or cuddles from you to feel safe or more at ease. Or if you're the problem, that's awkward, they may express their discontent by just ignoring you. I sincerely hope that is not the case. However your pup uniquely shows his or her feelings, it's really important that as doting caretakers, we do not ignore these cues. Because even though they don't cry the same way we do, they still deserve all the love and comfort when they're not feeling their best. That's literally our job. How does your pup act when he or she isn't feeling their best? Let me know in the comment section down below. Again, I'm Bernie Zilio, and this is Alpha Paw. Be sure you subscribe so that you don't miss a single doggone episode. We'll see you next time.